just like nothing at all. And I've seen you there. How could I help but stare? It rips the heart out of your baby. You've taken far too much.
Oh, the guitar work that is happening.
It's showtime, folks.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Into the Music. I'm Andy, that's Greg, and we get together and we bounce songs off of each other, and I believe it is your turn, sir, to bounce a song off me. It's right in the temple. What have you got for me?
Andy, I like you so much that I'm gonna share the wealth here. So the Libertines, and you've been on the channel for a while now, actually, as a partner. So you've seen, I've done like 3 Libertine songs, maybe even 4. And so I've been taking like a deep dive into this band and like Cardiacs and some other, like, I caught on to something great and I want it all to myself, and I'm doing solos and the whole thing. And even like stuff that I hear like for 30 seconds, maybe even a minute or two, and I'm like, all right, I'll stop and I'll go back to it later. Well, I'm liking this band so much that I kind of like, I'm not stopping at the 1 minute or something. I'm just going straight through, and then I go to it again, and I go to it again. So it's starting to be like that.
Well,
so
now you've got people to bounce them off of, you know what I mean? As
there you go.
Like keeping yourself, sequestered from having listened to them. Now you can enjoy them and
right. So that's where you come to good use here, because finally I can use you in some way. Because the Libertines, because John knows like a lot of this stuff. Yeah. So this song I just kept going back to over and over and over. This is Death on the Stairs by the Libertines. I would love to give this to you. And let's see if you like them. Love them as much as I do.
To be fair, I've enjoyed the songs that have appeared on the channel.
You have?
So,
okay, we really haven't. Okay, good. All right, interesting.
So
nice.
I expect I'll like this to some degree. We'll just see to what degree that is. So.
And then you might totally throw me a curveball and be like, this is the shittiest shit you ever gave
this
me.
is the absolute drizzling shits. No, I'm sure I'll like it. I'll be right back.
Drizzly shits. That's like a rock band. That's a punk band name. That's amazing. I love that.
Maybe it is.
I'm writing that down. So who knows? I know I'm in my age. I might join a punk band. I'm giving it that name, the Drizzly Shits.
Yes. All right. I'm going to go get this a listen. I'll come back.
Trail maiden, she had one track mind and eyes for me, half blinded in a wall. With a pale young Anglican who said he'd help her all he can. Showed her Jesus and his little unholy friend. She had no notion to please him, just say ta-ra and leave him behind. A little boy in a stairwell who says, I hate people like you. I got matchsticks and cable TV, half of less than 50 feet will climb.
Love the energy to this. The production doesn't remind me of it, but just the song itself reminds me a lot of The Strokes, if I'm being completely honest, especially the guitar work being utilized here. All right, let's press on.
Over the balcony, banging on the window, waking Steve, bringing with a true love his unholy friend, singing, if you really need it, you just won't leave it behind. So baby, please kill me. Oh baby, don't kill me. But don't bring that ghost round to my door. I don't wanna see them anymore. Please kill me. Oh baby, don't kill me. Just don't bang on about yesterday. You know I wouldn't know about that anyway. I'll go. Said to the mouse before, if she loved anybody more than me, turns you into stone. No, I'm reversing down a lonely street. Cheap hotel where I can meet the past and pay it off and keep it sweet. just like nothing at all. And I've seen you there. How could I help but stare? It rips the heart out of your baby. Taken far too much.
Oh, the guitar work that is happening it's a little lower in the mix. I mean, you can still hear it. So I'm sifting just a little bit to find it, and when I do, it just captivates me. It's so nice.
See your finger touch what's real. Stranded on this street that paved my only way home. You really need it all. You just wanna leave it behind. Oh, please, oh no, don't kill me. When that goes out to my door, I don't wanna see a minute more. Please kill me. Oh no, don't kill me. Don't go on about yesterday. You know we'll know about that anyway. Oh he got nothing on. He got nothing at all.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I absolutely adore the guitar work in this song. Cover to cover, front to back. It was just lovely. Gonna have to chop up the lyrics a little bit and the meaning behind the song with Greg because I was just absolutely drawn in by what was going on with the music. This is probably, and when I say probably, I mean definitely playlist worthy. So back to Greg.
Hey, you're smiling there. Yeah,
Yeah, I
big
am.
Smile on your face.
I'm
Do you
smiling
have gas?
because
Do you have gas, or do you like the song?
no. It's definitely the latter and not the former. Though I've been in that position before. So this, man, we just talked about how the alarm reminded me of you too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to this, and I don't want people to be like, they came before them or any of that. I don't, this is all I can compare them to, having listened to whom I'm about to compare them to. The Strokes. This reminded me so much of the Strokes. When did this song come out?
This was 2002.
Okay.
And from their debut album.
So contemporaries at the very least, right? But just not from this. They're not from New York, right? So interesting that they kind of have the same sound as a band that came out of New York around the same time as them. That would be classified as, I guess.
You think it's really like so much the same? I think there's similarities.
I think this
Strokes...
song, I think the other ones didn't remind me near as much of the Strokes. This reminded me, even the name sounds like the name of a Strokes song. The guitar work definitely reminded me a lot of the Strokes, and even his vocals kind of reminded me of Julian Casablancas. Maybe not as like muffled as he gets sometimes in his delivery, but it still reminded me enough of him to be like, oh. But
no, that's good. I don't know enough Strokes to really make the like. I think there's similarities because I have heard enough, but that's really interesting. And
yeah, I'll probably throw you a Strokes or two down the line.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, definitely.
Do some more.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I might even throw you one that's a little bit heard of, but not their biggest hit, to see if you like it, and maybe others out there will want to check it out because they're familiar with it. We'll see. But things start off in the right speaker, which is kind of a cool like attention grabber, right? And then the guitar kicks in, and like you start to hear it in stereo, and it's just this really clever little way to get your attention out of the gate, I didn't take a lot of notes because this just started. I just loved it, and then it ended because it was a pretty short song, especially coming out of some of the ones you had given me before it. So I was like, "Oh, this is just But the biggest takeaway for me, aside from when I came out of the gate saying that they reminded me so much of the Strokes, was how much I just love the guitar work in this. And I'm starting to sound
Yeah.
like a broken record, but of the songs you gave me to like at least two of the three songs you gave me today, the guitar was what really captivated me in this. And that was kind of what got me hook, line, and sinker. And just the pace of the song was like more upbeat and fast and had that kind of
Yeah.
early 2000s frenetic rock guitar sound to it, and won me over, man. This is a hit. This particular Libertine song is going on the playlist, and now I'm starting to think like, am I going to fall into the same trap you did, where I go to check out other their stuff, and then I'm no longer the guinea pig.
That'd be really cool.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you have more Libertines for me or on your list of ones you want others to check out, I would maybe push one or two of those ahead of me before I go off listening to these guys some more.
That's awesome. Yeah. I have no problem spreading the wealth. We could together, we could go down the Libertine path here. Um, yeah, the guitars, man. There's a unkept kind of quality to,
That's an
there's
excellent.
something.
You give yourself shit about not coming up with good word descriptors. Unkempt is like the perfect word to describe this era of the indie rock garagey kind of stuff that we were getting at the time. They're all these sort of unwashed dudes
Yeah,
just
right.
playing rough music, and it's not clean. It's got edges, and they kind of catch you sometimes, but in the best way.
Right. That could be the most interesting. I mean, you can get a clean guitar sound and someone who knows what they're doing puts a little soul into that and all like that. That could be something really good and special too. But this here is just that like, that unclean sound that just sounds so beautiful. It really
It's
is.
again,
And
the alarm.
interesting.
The alarm. I love the guitar in that, but that guitar was clean and bright
Clean.
and
Produced so yeah.
pristine and produced. Yes.
Yeah.
This style of guitar is the complete opposite, but I like it as much, if not more, because it's gritty, and I love the gritty sound to it.
Yeah, talk about production. I mean, I'm sure they did production stuff on like with any song, but
Yeah, yeah,
I think maybe the brilliance of the production staff was to just leave things alone. Like that
yes,
guitar that's coming out,
yeah.
don't
Sometimes less
touch
is
it.
more.
Don't exactly. Why fix what's actually not broken, right? So it's coming something really, yeah. So I'm glad they recognized that, and because this was their debut album, right? This is not
Yeah,
they're not 6 albums in, like,
yeah.
oh, this is their sound, leave it alone. It's like they were probably taking a gamble, like, should we try to clean it up? I mean, I'm getting to the heads of the producers, and maybe it wasn't, but I could imagine that, um, just, the temptation is try to clean, fix, and try to polish it up. And it's like, no, the beauty is actually in what we're hearing, what we heard
Mm,
initially that drew the band to us. That's why we're recording them, so we might fix this up or touch this up, but for the most part, man, let it go. It's coming
yeah.
from the heart, coming from the soul. The soul's going through not only those lyrics. I mean, the lyrics, we'll go through those, and the vocals, but also in the fingertips that are hitting those strings on the fretboard. It's just
So
everything. The
good.
whole band, the bass and the drums,
Yeah.
just they're all in sync. Such a tight band with such a, again, kind of a sort of jagged, ragged kind of sound.
Yeah.
It's really, yeah. So
But it's
yeah,
charming as hell, man. I love
and
that sound.
charming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is on the debut album. And again, it's called Up the Bracket, and it was 2002, October 2002, and it quickly became one of the greatest albums of the 2000s for the UK. Um, I think it made some impact here too. Uh, and
I wish I would have caught this at the time, man.
Pete Doherty is one of the band members. Sort of
Oh, okay. I know. Okay. I know Pete Doherty. I didn't
right.
know I just didn't know that he was part of the Libertines. That's such a God, what a blind spot for me.
Yeah, because he's gone off to do some like solo
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah. So it's Pete, and I might be messing up the name Doherty. It might be Doherty, but Pete, and then there's Carl Barat. So those two guys were the frontmen. They wrote most of the songs, and then you have John Hassel on the bass, and Gary Powell on the drums. For most of the band, I think that actually past members. No, I guess these guys are still in the band. Yeah. And This was actually voted second best album of the year by New Musical Express. And their first two full-length LPs were produced by Mick Jones of the British punk band The Clash. So I don't think he was on this one, the album, but who knows? And then I think, they're from London. They're a Brit band. So, gone into their biography and stuff like that. So unless you want me to, I'll skip that part. I'm in genius.com. That's the lyric website that I use a lot for the reactions. And someone writes about this song that in the book The Kids in Riot, which is a biography of the band up to their 2004 breakup, I think Pete actually was the one who and he might be singing the song, I believe, and he was the one with the drug problem. He had a very bad
Yes.
drug problem.
Yes.
I
Really
believe
bad
he's
heroin
cleaned up
problem.
now, thank God. Pete says the song was inspired by a nightmare that Carl had. Quote, it was him, a dark bedsit, the window closed, eating beans on toast, and watching afternoon telly alone and broken. He reached a point where I couldn't get through to him. Death on the Stairs, that's what we called it. So that's really interesting. Taking his dream and then making it into a song. So verse one, and from way far across the sea came in Eritrean maiden. She had a one-track mind and eyes for me, half blinded in a war with a pale young and Anglican who said he'd help her all he can, showed her Jesus and his little unholy friend. She had no notion to please him, just say, "Ta-ra," and leave him behind. Verse 2, a little boy in a stairwell who says, I hate people like you. I got matchsticks and cable TV. Half of less than 50p. We all clambered over the balcony, banging on the window, waking Steve, bringing with the true love his unholy friend, singing, if you really need it, you just won't leave it behind. These lyrics are so interesting. What are they saying?
Yeah. Well, you tell
uh,
me.
I don't know. So baby, please kill me. I love this part, the chorus. So baby, please kill me. Oh baby, don't kill me, but don't bring that ghost around to my door. I don't want to see him anymore. Please kill me. Oh baby, don't kill me. Just don't bang on about yesterday. I wouldn't know about that anyway. Oh no. Verse 3, Monkey said to the mouse before, if she loved anybody more than he, turned you into stone. Now I'm reversing down. God, it's another reverse. All the things, all the episodes we've done tonight. Reverse this, reversing that.
Yeah,
It's
there's like
reversing
all
the
this
song
Venn
title.
diagram stuff happening.
King minus in reverse. Uh turns you into stone. Now I'm reversing down the lonely street, cheap hotel where I can meet the past, pay it off and keep it sweet. It's sweet and it's nothing. No, it's just like nothing at all. Oh my God, these lyrics go on. It's amazing for
Well, indulge me with them. That's
but
good. I like it.
but I know, but for short songs, there was one that I did recently from them, and I think it was 2 minutes and 59 seconds, and I was just reading the lyrics were going on like War and Peace. I'm like, how the hell did he
You
jam
fit
all
all
these
that in
words
there.
into all that?
Yeah.
And in the meantime, the music sounded so beautiful. Like it's not like the lyrics, were thrown out there and sung, um, at the expense of the music.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
absorbing the music. The music has freedom. It's breathing. It's allowed to breathe. You're listening to it, but he's putting all these words in. Verse 4, last one. And I've seen you there. How could I help but stare? It rips the heart out of your baby. You've taken too far, too much to see or think or touch what's real. Stranded on the street that paved my only way home. If you really need it all, you just won't leave it behind. And then that beautiful chorus, oh, please kill me. Oh, no, don't kill me. Don't bring that ghost up to my door. I don't want to see him anymore. Please kill me. Oh, no, don't kill me. Don't go on about yesterday. I wouldn't know about that anyway. Oh, no. So I'm not going to spend too much time pondering so much about it. Seemed like Carl was having a tough time and Pete was there for him. And
Mhm.
that's good enough for me. But it's definitely, there's some real meaning behind it. Um, and kudos to them to sort of write these very interesting, coded, cryptic kind of lyrics that allows you to really kind of, you know,
Especially when it's essentially
take
like
time.
secondhand emotions that are inspiring you to write it, right? Like this is
Yeah,
it's got to be difficult to put yourself in someone's shoe, but that's awesome that he was able to be inspired to do that. It's a
yes.
good song, man.
That's why it might come up cryptic because that second hand. Yeah, the way it was, the way it all came about. Yeah,
Yeah.
but good. I'm so glad you liked it a lot. It seems
Oh
like so.
no, yeah,
That's
this
so
is
cool. Yeah,
super
you got
good.
bitten by the Libertines bug too, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, it's just
Yeah, it
spreading
is. And it's
around.
kind of like filling in a gap that I didn't really know existed because I've listened to Pete's music, but I don't know how I didn't, but didn't know that he was in the Libertines and that there was like, how much have they put out? Because of like, obviously they probably had a
I'm
rocky
not sure.
existence. Yeah.
Yeah, they were kind of on off, and I don't know how many albums. I should know that by now, right? Because I have done a few. I definitely, I think it's more than one, maybe three or four. Who knows?
Mm,
So yeah,
mm.
people put that in the comments, and let us know how. I mean, this first album is, and I know what I'm going to get because I've gotten it before already. Like, all right, the first album's great, but there's other stuff out there, So,
Yeah.
you know, powerhouse debut album.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was. This reminds me of a lot of the what I like to call the Meet Me in the Bathroom bands because there's this documentary called Meet Me in the Bathroom, and it's about those early 2000 New York indie rock scene. So TV on the radio and the Strokes and LCD Sound System and the
Okay.
yeahs, all those. And the Meet Me in the Bathroom was just a direct allusion to the rampant drug use among the members of those
Mm,
bands.
yeah.
So these guys sound very much of that cloth, even though they're from London and not New York. So yeah, I'm surprised that they kind of missed my radar. I'm slightly shamed by it because I love that genre so much. But yeah, I'm gonna want to dig into these some more, and I'm only gonna be able to hold it off for so long. So next time or the time after when we link up, you're gonna have to whip one out for me.
We shall. Yes, I'll whip a Libertine song after you. Yes.
Yes.
So we shall. It's just the way you talk so quickly. Sometimes I'm like, my slow ears. I'm like, what did he say? What's he whipping out? I know it's my stupid
Nothing.
mind, right? It's corrupt. I know. I'm sorry. I'm a kid at heart. Anyway, a dirty kid at heart. Anyway, Andy, I take us out, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You take care. You take care. You take care. All right.
All
Rest of
right,
the
I
day,
will.
folks out there, I mean it. And for you out there, I mean it too. Have a good life. Have a good life like you're to die or I'm leaving.
Yeah. Have a great
Have a good
life.
have a good day while you're living this amazing life. I really hope that your life is okay. And if into the music makes your life feel a little bit better,
Just a
well,
little bit.
holy crap. Just a little bit, put that in the comments. Then you're gonna make my day. Isn't that great? And that's how it all works. That's how it, and it just keeps going around and around. That's how it works. And with that said, I'll shut up and say, take care. And we'll see all of you on the next episode of Into the Music.